Can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fights, oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallant
Welcome, race fans, to the DOMINOSTYJ Racing Renegade Dirt Series, live on All Pro Broadcasting. This is the All Pro Broadcasting TYJ Renegade Dirt Showdown at Eldora here at night. In the booth is joined with me a good friend of mine, Gary Sexton. How you doing tonight?
Oh, I'm doing great, Robert. Just looking forward to a really exciting race out here in our first Dirt Series race. This is going to be awesome.
Yeah, I tell you what, we've got a lot of guys out here getting ready to start their qualifying. Of course, we don't have standings yet because this is our very first inaugural race. We do want to appreciate all the fans being here. As always, we are giving away a free large Domino's pizza at the end of the night. We've given a lot of those away. We'll go over exactly how that works in just a few minutes. Again, Gary, you've raced on this dirt track before while these guys get their laps in. Give the fans a couple of ideas of how this type of racing is different than racing on asphalt.
Yeah, well, I mean, to start, we'll state the obvious. It's on dirt, so it's going to be real slick. It's not like asphalt where you kind of you get your car in the corner and the lines kind of stay the same. With the dirt, the lines are gonna vary throughout the race. So as the race goes on, the track's gonna get packed down. It's gonna get real flat, and a cushion's gonna build on the top. And that's where there's a lot of grip up there, but it's the longest way around the track. And I personally think the guy who wins this race is going to find his way to the front on the bottom, right up against the wall. One of the challenges they're going to have to face, though, is it's really hard to see all these cars. They have these big giant wings, and on the right side, it hangs down and it blocks your view. So if you're side by side with somebody, which you will be, because guys are going to be on the top, guys are going to be in the middle, and guys are going to be on the bottom, it's going to be really, really hard to see who's on your outside or on your inside. And yeah, it's going to be pretty exciting.
Yeah, one other thing you can give us some input on. The drivers behind the wheel of these Sprint 360 dirt cars, this is a dirt track. So obviously there's a lot of dirt flying around. Now these guys have a helmet on with a visor. Explain to the fans how they're able to see through all that dirt.
Yeah, so as you run, even when you're out here by yourself, the dirt kicks up off the tires and it splatters onto your helmet, and it basically blocks your view. Now, everyone should have programmed a button that'll rip that visor, or rip a what they call windshield tear off right off the visor and help clear that dirt. Now, you're given an unlimited amount of tear off, so most guys will probably be ripping 2 or 3 a lap just to keep the dirt out of their face.
Gotcha. Yeah, that's very exciting. I have been on the track in this particular vehicle, and I'll be honest with you, Gary, it is a handful. I'm just an average driver to begin with on asphalt, and obviously I'm better suited to be up in the broadcast booth with talent like yourself. And Michael D'Amico is going to be running the cameras with us tonight. We're about 3 minutes into the qualifying session. These guys probably got their 4 laps in pretty fast. It looks like right now, as far as the qualifying times go, actually, I'm going to let you go through those, Gary, if you don't mind. They might change a couple positions, but just kind of go through the names of who's looking like the fastest in qualifying.
Sure, it's looking like right now we've got William E. Moore sitting on top with a 14.151, and right behind him, William Davis with a 14.153. I know Will, he's got some real life dirt experience and late models under his belt, so I'd look for him to be a challenge tonight. And Scott Sanderson, always fast everywhere we go. Asphalt, looks like he's fast here on dirt. 14.156. Got Judd Danielson with a 14.208. And William Roberts Jr. with a 14.217. I mean, the trends I'm seeing here, this is a really tight field. It looks like from first all the way through 24th, we're separated by 0.5. Man, that's going to make for some good racing.
Yeah, I tell you what, these times are very close together. And fans, for the format, this is going to be very exciting. We've actually got 2 very exciting races for you tonight. This is unlike normal DOMINOSTYJ racing nights where we've got one main race. We've got a B main and we've got an A main. This B main is going to start here in just a few minutes once qualifying is over. Again, fans, this is brought to you by All Pro Broadcasting, the best broadcasting in sim racing. So once this B main starts, fans, we're going to have basically half the field racing to get the win to be able to qualify for the starting grid on the A main, which will start right around 9:20 p.m. this evening. And if you want to go through the rest of those, did you get through all the qualifiers so far?
I did not. So I got down to William Roberts Jr. to round out the top 5. Looks like in 6 we got Ray Richer, sitting at a 14.218. Seventh, we got Seth Foudy with a 14.227. And in eighth, we've got Shane DeVolder, one of our newer guys, 14.233. Curtis Young in ninth with the same time as Shane with a 14.233. And rounding out the top 10 there, it looks like we got Buzz Moore with a 14.240.
Yes, so it looks like the guys are getting ready to grid up here for this first race, the B main. How does the track conditions look?
Yeah, the track conditions look pretty good. It looks like we're going to be starting this B main with about 10% wear. So the grounds crew did a pretty good job to get this track really racy and not too slick to start. But that's going to change over the course of this B main. It's going to get pretty slick out there, and you're going to see a lot of guys searching for the right line.
And what are you thinking also, Gary, about how fast this race is going to go by in cautions?
Yeah, even with cautions on, this race is, should go by pretty quick. 25 laps on a half-mile track is, 14 seconds a lap. These laps are going to click off pretty quick. Even I'd say it's going to be started and done within 10 to 15 minutes. So it should be pretty exciting and really fast-paced. I'm excited to see how this turns out.
Yeah, that's going to be very exciting. It looks like the guys are getting ready to come off of pit road. And we're waiting for the pace truck to pull out. And this is going to be some kind of exciting race. And we've been waiting for this moment, Gary. We've been putting this series together for, about 6-8 weeks now? Of course, when dirt hit our racing about, 4 weeks ago, it has been the rave. I tell you what, we're excited about what we're doing on asphalt. But we are really excited about tonight. How the free pizza giveaway is going to go real quick, fans, is it's not going to be this first race. We're only giving away one pizza. You do have to wait around to the A main, which will start, like I said, around 9:20 p.m. Eastern. The first fan to pick the winner at halfway, which will be lap 23 of the next race. I don't want to confuse you, fans. That fan will win the large free 3-topping Domino's pizza. So I'll tell you more about that later when it's more relevant. Again, we're happy you're here. And this is our first time broadcasting dirt race, so we're going to do our best. We're excited about how this is going to work. And Gary, looks like the guys that have come out on the track, like we said, were the slowest 13 from that qualifying session, because the fastest 13 automatically transferred to the A main. So they're getting their machines ready for the next race. And it looks like we're going to have JP Arsenal in the 97 leading the field here. Robert Fitzpatrick in the 29 will be starting second. Jeremy Crandall third. Kyle Kamler fourth. Ronald Klein fifth. Vernon Margam sixth. Donald Stewart seventh. Ricky Lake eighth. Scott Simley, a new driver, ninth. Rusco 10th. Ivan Garcia 11th. Brian Coots 12th. And those will be the 12 starting this race.
Yeah, Robert, I'm looking forward to seeing this green flag drop here as the pace truck pulls in. And these guys are on their way. And right off the bat, Robert Fitzpatrick gets a huge jump on the field.
Yes, he sure did get a great jump there. He's definitely going to be the leader. And behind him, looks like Kyle Kamler's making the move already. Again, fans, these, from what I understand, these 360 vehicles are basically wide open, full speed all the way around this track. They're able just to maneuver their driving line by their steering. Is that more or less correct, Gary?
Yeah, pretty much. You're full throttle. If you want to be fast, you got to be wide open. You kind of just maneuver your car a little bit with the wheel. Kyle Kamler's got it working pretty good for him right now on the bottom. I think that's going to be the fast way. I'm not sure. He may run out of time to catch the leader, but yeah, that's basically what we do. Oh, we got a car on the wall. Caution's out.
Yes, fans, the caution is out as we get that replay pulled up here.
Yeah, it looks like Jeremy Crandall heading into 3, kind of washes up the track, and then
If you'll tell us what you saw.
I'm kind of looking here. Yeah, so it looks like Crandall came up the track, and then Kyle Kamer kind of comes up into his left front, and that puts Crandall right into the outside wall. Man, when these cars wreck, they wreck big.
It definitely looks like Ronald Klein got up into, he's driving that number 74. Numbers close together, 74. 74 and the 73 got together. Those were racing hard. And they obviously touched a little bit, and that definitely sit in the 73.
Yeah, that's a product of not being able to see out the right side of the car on those wings. It's the visibility is just it's just not there. And when you get under somebody, or somebody dives under you, you got to have a lot of faith that person's not going to wash up into you. And unfortunately, Crandall is kind of a victim of what I believe is to be a just not being able to see the guy to your outside. It's part of this racing, and it's what makes it really exciting.
Yes, sir. The looks like that's going to be under review, and it looks like we're going to have a restart here. If you go over the rest of the field, looks like starting for the restart here.
Sure. So your leader still is Robert Fitzpatrick. You got Kyle Kamer in second, and we're back green already. So here we go.
Yes, and they're getting a great jump. Like I said, fans, this race is going to go by very, very fast. What are you seeing up front, Gary?
Yeah, Robert Fitzpatrick got another jump on the field, but not as big as the last restart. He's got Kamer coming up, behind him, trying to close in on him. But man, Robert Fitzpatrick looks like the class of the field here in this B main.
Yes, sir. It does look like we have running second Kyle Kamer. You talked about him earlier. He's in that 88 Sprint 360. He was running the low line earlier. I guess coming through the corner, he is kind of sticking to the low line. This track is going to change all night long. Of course, they're going to have a brand new track for the A main, Gary. So I guess as the track wears in these 25 laps, which are going to go by fast, you just kind of got to search for grip. Is that right?
Yeah, that's the main goal here. Is with the track changing just lap after lap after lap, the guy who's going to be the fastest is the guy who can find the changes in the texture of the track, and putting his car where it needs to be to get the fastest line through there. Generally the shortest way around is fastest, but once that packs out, you're going to see guys moving up the track. Maybe not so much here in this B main, but in the longer A main, that's definitely going to come into play. But with Robert Fitzpatrick out front, it looks like he's got the class of the field here. He's just starting to pull away from Kyle Kamer, and it's kind of frustrating. Everybody is full throttle, and when you're fast and you're not closing in on that guy in front of you, it's imperative to find the right line and the right grip. That's the only way you're going to track guys down.
Yeah, appreciate that, Garrett. Looks like running third. We do have Ronald Klein in that 74. He is racing a clean line around, but I don't think he's gaining much. Vernon Margon in the 33 is running fourth. We've got Scott Simley in the 67, a new driver to our series in our league. He is running in fifth. We got Ricky Lake running in seventh. He's a veteran driver, been with us for quite a while. Good to see him having a good run in the dirt series. Donald Stewart is up to seventh. We have Ivan Garcia. That's what you call experience versus youth. Ivan, he's about, I won't give his age away, but it's similar to his car number. He's a great driver. He's really talented here on dirt. Rusco in that 420 is a veteran driver, been with us a long time. He's in ninth. We've got 7 laps to go, fans, so this is winding down quick. Robert Fitzpatrick back to the lead. It looks like he's got second place Kyle Kamer by at least, 8, 9, 10 car lengths?
Yeah, he's got a pretty big gap on him. On a short track, that's a big gap. Kamer's gonna have a hard time closing that in unless Robert Fitzpatrick really makes a mistake here. But judging by the way he's been driving, I don't know if that's gonna happen. But anything can happen on dirt. You hit the cushion the wrong way, or a lot of guys will dive to the inside and smack that wall and could really just mess up your line completely. And next thing you know, the guy behind you is right on top of you. So I look forward to these last 4 laps. It's going to be pretty exciting.
I can tell you right now, Ronald Klein, excuse me, he's getting a mirror full of Vernon Margine. Vernon's racing in that 33. He's up in the 4th position, but he is gaining, like I said, on the 3rd position driver.
Yeah, that's a pretty good battle. Looks like that's probably the best battle we have going on the track right now. Vernon, he's running a different line than Ronald right now, and that's what you got to do if you want to get around him. Ronald Klein goes high, Vernon goes low. If Ronald Klein goes low, Vernon's going to want to go high. You're not going to get around the guy being in the same lane as him, and what's working for him, something else might be working better for you, and I think that's what you got to do.
Yes, sir. Looks like we're coming to the checkered flag here for our B main. It has been pretty great and exciting. Only had one caution here.
Yeah, that was a pretty clean race for these. You can tell these guys have been out there practicing. That was that's the kind of show we like to see put on, and that's I really look forward to this A main, and good job to Robert Fitzpatrick. We see he's going to be transferred.
Yeah, we're going to get the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd place finishers for interviews real quick. As fans, that race went by quick. Don't go anywhere if you do want to hear from these drivers. As like I said, this is our inaugural DOMINOSTY Racing Renegade Dirt Series, brought to you by All Pro Broadcasting, the best broadcasting in sim racing. Looks like, Gary, the winner tonight was that Robert Fitzpatrick in the number 5. 2nd place we had Kyle Cameron, the 88, and the 74 of Ronald Klein. If you go through the rest of the finishing order real quick, I'll get these guys ready for an interview.
Yeah, Robert, and in 4th place we had Vernon Margine. 5th place was Scott Simley. I hope I didn't butcher that. 6th place was Ricky Lake. 7th, Donald Stewart. 8th was Ivan Garcia. 9th, we had Russ Coe. And in 10th here, we had Jean-Paul Arsenal. In 11th, we have Jeremy Crandall. We saw that
unfortunate accident.
Yep. And then in rounding out the field in 12th is Brian Coots.
Yeah, very good. Thanks, Gary. We're going to pull up real quick. Ronald Klein. Looks like we've got about 7, 8 minutes here. We'll make these interviews go by real quick. Ronald, congratulations. You finished 3rd in our very first inaugural DOMINOSTY Renegade Dirt Series B main Showdown. How'd you do it, and how was your car feeling, and what are you thinking you've got for the next one?
It was a lot of fun. Got into a little bit of trouble with somebody there. I tried to do a slide job. I thought it was pretty clean. We'll see how it turns out. Hopefully we'll talk after this. Hopefully the other driver and I will talk through. But the race itself I thought went very well. Track was great. Car was good. Learned a lot. Looking forward to the A main. Hopefully we can work our way up through the field there too.
Thanks a lot, Ron. We'll definitely see you in the next one, and we'll see you in a few minutes.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. Gary, if you've got a couple questions here for our 2nd place finisher, Kyle Kammer.
Kyle Kamer coming in 2nd there in the B main. We saw, it was really hard for you to run down the leader, Robert Fitzpatrick. Can you tell us a little bit about what your car was doing and what you were doing to try to run him down?
Yeah, I was just really focused on trying to be consistent every single lap and hoping that, if I stayed smooth and he made a little bit of a mistake, I'd be able to catch him. But it seemed like we were running pretty similar line from, the outside wall down in towards the yellow buckets there.
Yeah, definitely. What I would say, we had your car there on the broadcast. We were talking about how everyone's full throttle. It's so hard to run down the guy in front of you without. If you're running in the same line as him, were you doing anything to try to find a different line, or were you trying to follow him and because you saw what he was doing was working?
Yeah, I was mainly following him, hoping he would make a mistake, knowing that I was going to transfer to the A main no matter what. I'm just trying to get as much experience, run as many laps as I can.
Copy that. Kyle Kamer coming in 2nd in the B main. We look forward to seeing you out there in the A main. Good luck tonight.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. And now we've got here in Victory Circle real quick, we're bringing in Robert Fitzpatrick. Robert, you're brand new to what we're doing here at DOMINOSTYJ Racing with our Renegade Dirt Series. Congratulations. Looks like you started from the pole. I think you probably led all the laps here, all 25 laps. How did you get it done? How does your car feel? And what do you expect for the A main?
Well, yeah, the car felt great. The track felt a little slick after a while. But yeah, the car felt great. I just kept the gas down and kept it going. I looked out front and didn't look in the rear view. But yeah, I'm loving the racing tonight.
Yeah, well, congratulations. You definitely got the track figured out at this stage. Of course, after this race, the B main, the crew's going to get out there, get the track prepared for the A main, which we'll be having here in about 10 minutes. So hopefully you can figure out the line, because it could be different than it was just now. The track could be, what do you call it, more wet or drier than this one. I don't know. I'm not a real dirt fan expert at all, but we're definitely looking forward to seeing you in the next one, and good luck. Congratulations.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Yes, sir. We'll see you over on the next side. 10-4, thank you, and we will definitely see you fans in just a few minutes. It's time for you to take a couple minutes to get another cold beverage, some popcorn for the show, the A main, and we'll be right back.
This is where everybody comes and gathers to see the biggest dirt races in the world. The high banks, the high speeds, people make their annual pilgrimage.
To me, it is a mecca. You're going through all these cornfields, 2-lane roads, you're weaving, and you're like, where are we going?
And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, boom, this mecca jumps out in front of you. We sell tickets to 49 different states right now, multiple countries. It's international. And what is it? It's the phenomenon.
People come in here and they say, it just blows them away. They wave that green flag and pow.
Dirt Track Racing's very own Field of Dreams was dug out of the fertile cornfields in Darke County, Ohio by Earl Baltus in 1954. 8 years later, Eldora started its journey from local venue to international destination when Baltus recruited the United States Auto Club.
He brought in the USAC Sprints, and with that came the Indianapolis names, the Unsers, the Foyts, the Andrettis.
At the same time, they were also driving at Indianapolis. That used to be the trail to Indy, and it came right through Eldora.
When Johnny Rutherford flipped out of the back straightaway in the 60s, in one of the big magazines at the time was a big picture of Johnny with his arms stretched out, and that kind of put Eldora on the map.
The stars of USAC bolstered the Speedway's reputation, but it was the big money events that cemented its legend.
Earl Baltus came up with promoting events that nobody could even fathom.
In 1971, Earl decided that he was going to have a big race. And he said, we're going to call it the World 100.
The first World 100, when he was paying $4,000 to win.
Everybody was just blown away because nobody paid that kind of money. And then he says, boys, I'm going to raise it by $1,000 to win every year.
If anybody say, is there one race that you would really like to win? To me, the World 100 would rate with the Indianapolis 500.
Earl saw the success of that. Then he introduced the King's Royal, $50,000 to win in 1984.
It was fun to race for that kind of money, and back those days, you could take it home in a shoebox or whatever you get in it, so it was a lot of fun.
Right here at the finest racetrack in the country, $100,000 to win.
Earl always wanted to pay $1 million purse.
Johnny Moran, the first Eldora millionaire.
$1 million to win a dirt late model race. Eldora just has this history of first. It was, can you believe what Earl's doing? Can you believe what Eldora's doing? And people had to come see it.
In 2005, Earl Baltus stepped away from Eldora's spotlight, selling the Speedway to Tony Stewart. The big races remain at Eldora, along with its lofty status.
Eldora's been a special place. You could talk to anybody in any division, and they'll always tell you, we always want to win a race at Eldora.
When you can brag and say you want to race at Eldora Speedway, you don't need anything else. You've accomplished it.
was more than impressive, I have to say. I mean, the track is identical to the real track. I was blown away how realistic it is. Every little bump, every little spray paint, everything is exactly like you were there at the track. It was a great experience. This is a warm-up lap now. Tires to get warmed up. The engine. Breathe a little bit here when you go through that little bump there. And then it's flat pretty much all the way through here, just about. Hard braking. This is the slowest part of the track. And then I've done, I did many races in Formula 3, Formula 2. And then I did the very last race they did there in Group C in 1983 in the 956 Porsche. That's when Beloff got the lap record at the 6:11. I think I was second on the grid with the 6:14 or something, which was, those cars were awesome around there. It looks like any car is, that speed. This is the corner of all corners here, the Schwedenkreuz. Flat all the way into it. And then trail brake all the way into the apex here. And then hard at it again to get good speed down the hill here. Mega fast down this hill here. Just jump from one apex to the next. Gotta be super precise here. It's almost exactly like the real thing. So, it is certainly realistic enough to get past the very, a lot of the initial hurdles you have when you try to learn to drive a race car, So, I think it's an excellent tool to learn how to race for sure, or learn to drive a car on a racetrack.
Welcome back, race fans, to the DOMINOSTYJ Racing Renegade Dirt Showdown at Eldora. Brought to you by All Pro Broadcasting, the best broadcasting in sim racing. My name is Robert McFarland. In the booth with me is a good friend of mine, Gary Sexton. How you doing tonight, Gary?
Man, I'm doing great. After that B main, I'm all hyped up for some more sprint car racing. This is awesome. These guys are putting on a show, and we haven't even gotten to the main show yet. So I'm really looking forward to this.
Yes, sir. This is going to be exciting. That B main was only a 25 lapper. Tell us how it went real quick. Did we have any incidents? Do we have any lane changes for the lead? Just your take on the first one.
Yeah, the first race was actually relatively clean, for how new this is to a lot of these guys out here. Robert Fitzpatrick he took off from the start and he didn't look back. We had one incident where we had a mistimed slide job, mixed with not being able to see. Car came up into Jeremy Crandall and out to the outside wall he went, over onto his lid. That happens in these sprint cars. As I was saying earlier, and it's really hard to see out of these cars with these big wings that hang down over the right side. To pass guys, you really gotta either dive it to the bottom and try to slide up in front of them and hope that they're not going to be there, because you can't see them, and chances are they can't see you. So it's a lot of just, feeling out where the other guys are on the track, and just hoping that the pass is going to work out in your favor, and that's what makes this really exciting.
Yes, sir, Gary. I tell you what, we have got some fast drivers. And one other thing I want to go over, Gary, I'm going to let you do this. You kind of know how it goes. You can talk all about the free pizza giveaway, and I'll come in at the end to give my cell phone number.
Yeah, so one of the great things about our league, we do this in all our series, in the Den and Fender Truck Series, the Top Shelf Cup Series, and the Premier Xfinity Series. And now with the Dirt Renegade Series is our DOMINOSTYJ Racing free pizza giveaway. Man, this is awesome. I personally know people have won it, but if you text in your vote on who's going to win the race by halfway, or you can vote in the live chat, if you are the first person to text in the correct winner of the race, you will win a free Domino's large, I believe, 2-topping pizza, courtesy of the league, carry out only. And it's, I think we're the only league really doing this, and it's a really good thing, especially if you're hungry, or you got family members cheering you on. It's a real rewarding thing. I know my dad, he won one, unfortunately not by picking me, so I got to talk about that a little bit. But yeah, it's awesome, and Robert's going to tell you how you can do this.
Yes, sir, Gary. Thanks a lot, fans. All you have to do is text me, 919-883-7497. Again, like he explained, the first fan to pick the winner of this A main, which would be the halfway point of 45 laps. My math makes it about 22 and a half. I think that's right. So we'll say lap 23. We'll give you that extra half a lap. The first fan to accurately predict and text me, or in the live race chat, like he just said, the driver you think is going to win this race, you will be the recipient of the free large 3-topping pizza from Domino's, any city in the United States of America. It is carry out only, however. We do not get in our Sprint 360 cars and bring them to you, so you do have to go pick it up. We had a free winner last night, actually, a couple of nights ago, Thursday night. We had another one Wednesday night. So fans, make sure you tune in. We are happy you're here, and we're looking forward to giving away another free pizza tonight. So who's looking fast right now, Gary, on the practice charts here for this second session?
Yeah, at the top of the board, we got Scott Sanderson. No surprise, he's put down a 14.245. It's a pretty fast lap. Sitting in second, we got Shane DeVolder with a 14.262, and in third place we got Corey Heffron with a 14.290 in practice. So it's a pretty quick times they're getting around here. Again, same as the first session before the B main. This field is really tight tonight, so it's going to make for some really close racing.
Yes, sir, Gary. I tell you what, we're going to have a whole lot more drivers in this particular race as well. The first race, the B main, like we said, we had 12-13. Those guys were transferring over, trying to win that race to get a good starting spot. But for this A main, we're going to have all the drivers in here. Of course, the guys from the B main who did not win that one do have to start in the back. So the advantage goes to the fastest guys in that first qualifying session. They will be starting up front. But a couple different things. You're going to have, it looks like about 26 cars, 360s racing tonight in this A main. It's going to be a full field, and depending on how the cautions fly, if they fly, Gary, we're going to have these leaders having to pass lap traffic, and that's going to be real tricky to get around the way these cars go through the corners. It just amazes me how these guys can drive these cars sideways through the corner, maintain control, and make a pass. What do you think, Gary?
Yeah, I said this earlier, with the visibility in these cars and the ever-changing track conditions, the race will further, it's going to start out, the track's going to have a lot of grip pretty much everywhere. It's going to be real wet, but as it packs out, guys are going to start sliding around. They're going to be searching for grip as they go up, and then, top that off, these cars are going real fast. You don't have a lot of reaction time, and they're really hard to see out of. So you're going to see a lot of guys sliding up into each other, trying to pull off the slide jobs. You're going to see a lot of theoretically some dive bombs going in the corner to pull off the passes. And since we're running a fixed setup, a lot of the cars they're all pretty much equal. So you're going to be stepping, you're going to be going on the gas, and passing is going to be difficult. But these guys have been going at this for a while, and I think we're gonna see a really, really exciting race.
Yeah, I tell you what, we've got about just a few more minutes in this practice session, fans. I sure hope you've had a chance to get you another cold beverage, and you've had a chance to get you some popcorn, because I tell you what, I'm sitting on the edge of my seat. I've been doing this, Gary, not the Dirt Series, but I've been doing this for our Asphalt Series, the DOMINOSTYJ Racing Den Infinity Trucks on Wednesday nights, the Premier Xfinity Series on Thursday nights, as well as the Top Shelf Cup Cars on Thursday nights, and that's a lot of action to be seen there. But this is going to be some incredible action. So, Gary, I think we're getting ready to get these guys ready to qualify. Who's going to be your favorite driver? Obviously, you can't win the free pizza, but you can tell us who you're looking at is going to be some of the fast drivers here for the session.
Yeah, I mean, just looking at practice times, Scott Sanderson, he's been at the board all night. But I think a sleeper tonight is going to be Will Davis. He's coming off an Xfinity Series win the other night in a real exciting fashion. He's got a lot of dirt experience in real life, and I know he's really been looking forward to getting out there. So I think my pick tonight's going to be Will Davis. Look for him to shine tonight.
Yeah, speaking of that, we do have quite a few drivers that are going to be interesting to see. And one of them I'm looking at right now, Buzz Moore in that number 11. I know he has a whole lot of go-kart experience. We're going to do something while they're getting started on this qualifying. It's called the Domino's Driver Profile. Buzz Moore is from Highland Springs, Virginia, Gary. His team is HS Speed. His sponsors are Budweiser, KFC, and B&E Small Engine Repair. He is driving that number 11 machine tonight. He has got 21 years in real racing. This is a lot of stats. I'll go over some of these for Buzz. He was in 1996, 1997. He won his first 31 straight kart races. That was at the Capital City Speedway in 1997. He won at the age of 10 years old in Ashland, Virginia. He won a lot of races. And then all the way up to 2013, the VDKA Senior Champ. He's got a lot more winnings there locally. He would like to give thanks to his wife, his family, and of course to the good Lord. So it looks like on these qualifying sessions so far, Corey Heffron in that number 51 does have the fastest speed right now to 14.277. Who else looks fast to you, Gary?
Yeah, Robert Fitzpatrick's fast, but just as I say that, it looks like Shane DeVolder is up to the top of the charts with a 14.231, and William E. Moore with a 14.234, and looks like in third place we got Giovanni Bramante, the Wonder Boy, I'm going to call him tonight. He's 13 years old. He's out there showing these guys how it's done with a 14.240. And looks like we got in fifth place, we got William Roberts Jr. with a 14.269. And Corey Heffron is in sixth as of now with a 14.276. And we got longtime Domino's veteran Judd Danielson with a 14.280. Again, man, these times are real close out here with this fixed setup, and I'm looking for this race to be real tight at the front. I know Scott Sanderson, he's got a 10th on the rest of the field, so he may pull away here at the start, but once he gets in the lap traffic, anything goes with these guys with the ever-changing track conditions and the visibility issues.
Yeah, this visibility is going to be really interesting. It is good they've got unlimited tear-offs. I tell you what, when I was a young boy, I drove a motorcycle in the backwood country of Tennessee, and I had a helmet back then in the 70s with a shield on it. But a lot of times I'd get bugs, dirt, mud all over my shield, and of course back then you could not do anything other than try to see your way through it. It's great these guys have got unlimited tear-offs.
Yeah, without those tear-offs, it definitely makes it difficult to see, and having those is going to just help breed some better racing out here. So nobody, it's one less variable for guys to run into each other. These things are already hard enough to see out of, and going that fast, the reaction times are very slow, and if you can't see, that's you're just asking for disaster.
Yeah, I tell you what, it's going to be exciting. Looks like from the qualifying results. Well, I'll just let you just a minute. The guys are going to grid up, and I'll go through the starting order here. It does look like the leader of this race for the start of this race, who's actually got the pole position here, Gary, is Scott Sanderson. He's a relatively new driver for DOMINOSTYJ Racing. He's in that 193. Interesting, on the outside, we're going to have the 93 of Shane DeVolder. Both of those guys have some really fast lap times. We got William E. Moore starting third. Giovanni Bramante is another young, talented driver. He's got real racing experience on asphalt. He is new to our series, and he's doing a great job. He's in that 89. We got Seth Fowdy in the number 22, starting 5th. Starting 6th, we have William Roberts Jr. in the number 12. Starting 7th, it looks like we got Will Davis. Starting 8th, we've got Corey Heffron. Judd Danielson, a veteran driver, starting 9th in that 85. Robert Fitzpatrick, starting 10th. He's in that 29. Curtis Young, another veteran driver. He's actually the reigning 2016 DOMINOSTYJ Racing Denton Fender Truck Champion from last year. He is starting 11th in the 19. Ray Richard will be starting 12th in the 44. 13th, Buzz Moore in the 11. 14th will be Thomas Conheady. And if you go over the rest of the guys who did not take a time, that'd be great, Gary.
Yeah, the rest of the guys, we got Scott Simley in 15th, Kyle Kamer in 16th, James Nunn in 17th, Donald Stewart 18th, Brian Coots 19th, Paul Krumray in 20th, Jean-Paul Arsenal in 21st, Ivan Garcia 22nd, Vernon Markheim 23rd, Ricky Lake 24th, Russ Coe in 25th, Ronald Klein 26th, and rounding out your field, we've got Jeremy Crandall in 27th, looking to turn his luck around from the B main. Robert, I'm ready to get these 700 horsepower beast unleashed out there on the track tonight.
Yes, sir. I'll tell you what. You can go over real quick the horsepower these vehicles got real quick. You got about a half lap.
Yeah, so these cars are 360 cubic inch engines, 5.9 liters with 700 horsepower. So they're almost as much as a NASCAR, about 150 horsepower off of a NASCAR, and they weigh almost twice as less. So here we go. Our green flag is out.
Yes, and it looks like Scott Sanderson got a great jump there. He got a great lead off the front, but he's side by side. Go ahead, Gary.
Yeah, we got Shane DeVolder to his inside. That's the preferred line right now, and the track's a little bit more tacky and wet and a little more grip. But it looks like Scott Sanderson. Oh, we got a crash there in the back.
Looks like we're staying green for now.
Staying green though.
I'll let you cover the leaders.
Sure. Back up front, we still got Scott Sanderson out front. He's got a little bit of gap now on Shane DeVolder, but a lot closer, than the B main was. So Shane DeVolder's looking to really close in. He's going to have to try to find a different line here soon as the bottom starts to wear out and the cars are going to want to start moving up the top. The guy who finds the best line first will be the one who prevails, and as he looks to close in on him, that's some of the challenges that are going to be facing them up front.
Yes, sir. That couple laps back looked like the 89 of Gio Bramante got a little bit of damage from, I think, William Moore. I could be wrong on that. And we do have a caution now, fans. We'll get that replay pulled up in just a minute. Again, I do want to remind you these races, the laps are going to go by fast. Make sure you get your pick in for the free pizza. Go ahead, Gary, one more time. Explain how that works.
Yeah, so get your picks in before halfway, and that's going to come up quick here with the race being so short. So you get your picks in, pick your winner. First person to pick them win a free large 2-topping carry-out only Domino's pizza, courtesy of the DOMINOSTYJ Racing League. And you can vote by texting Robert or texting the in the chat here on YouTube. And I don't have the number offhand. I don't see the...
Yes, sir. It's 919. Sorry about that. 883-7497. I'll say it again a little slower. I know the fans are looking for a pen or something. 919-883-7497. Yeah, it looks like on that particular caution, It looks like the 78 of JP Arsenal, excuse me, the 97 got spun, as well as the 78. It looks like we had two vehicles spin there. Again, another thing, Gary, if you'll explain to the fans real quick before we go back to green. These vehicles, they start the race with a full tank of gasoline, and they don't come down pit road to get another tank of fuel like NASCAR does. How does that work?
Yeah, so these cars, they you can't fuel them under a quick pit stop like you would in NASCAR. So we fill the tanks all the way up, and that's it. We let them rip. So these cautions will go by pretty quick because there's no pit stops. We just line them back up. All our restarts are double file here. Leader gets lane choice, and he goes when the pace car drops in, and here we go.
Green flag, green flag.
So yeah, we got Scott Sanderson again gets a big jump on the field. Being the leader here is pretty primed for getting that big jump, but Shane DeVolder is going to look to close in on him. Close in on the lead, but he's got a lot of pressure from William E. Moore and William E. Roberts Jr. behind him, with Judd Danielson not too far behind them. And we got a side-by-side battle here for third place. It's looking like William Roberts Jr. Oh, they get into each other a little bit, and Judd Danielson and William Davis are going to capitalize on that and get by both of them. But meanwhile, Shane DeVolder and Scott Sanderson are pulling away.
Yes, we have another quick caution. We'll get that replay pulled up real quick, fans. And right now, it does look like the 193 of Scott Sanderson is the car to beat.
Yeah, he was on it.
It looks like we had another couple cars spinning at the same time here on this caution. I've got Paul Crumry in the 8. Hold on one second. Actually, looks like Kyle Cameron, the 88, got spun. One thing that happens, Gary, these cars, looks like he kind of spun on his own. He's getting the throttle down, coming out of the corner. Maybe he did get touched by just a little bit by JP and Arsenal.
Yeah, so that was kind of what I was talking about earlier. The reaction times with these, you have to be on top of the wheel because you close in so fast on the car in front of you. And it looks like he just got slowed down a little bit, and the car of Jean-Paul Arsenet behind him just couldn't avoid his slowed car and kind of just clipped him. And he spun around, and then the guys behind him, same thing. You got to be real quick on the wheel to avoid the cars that they're spinning, and they couldn't, and took out two other cars.
Yeah, there was looks like 2 accidents there, and the one I was looking at was a different one than the previous one. A lot of this is going to be just hard racing fans. These drivers, they are very talented, learning how to drive these cars. And we're back to green. Gary, I'll let you take it.
They're back to green. Scott Sanderson again with a huge jump on the field, but Shane DeVolder is right behind him with William Davis making a run to the inside to take third from Judd Danielson. Look for William to close in. He loves the bottom line. He's gonna work really hard to get up there and make a challenge for the lead by utilizing the bottom lane. But Scott Sanderson hasn't showed any signs of him wanting to give it up tonight, as Shane DeVolder still tries to close in on him.
Yes, so we got side-by-side racing back behind him. We got William E. Moore, Buzz Moore, William Roberts Jr., and Curtis Young. You could have thrown a blanket over them. These positions change so fast, Gary.
Yep, and it looks like we got another caution out.
Yes, we'll get that replay pulled up. Gary, did you happen to see what car numbers were involved in that one?
Yeah, it looks like we've got the 73 of Jeremy Crandall. Again, his bad luck continues here. Trying to see what happened to him. Yeah, it looks like the car of Jean-Paul Arsenet gets into the car of Ivan Garcia, and Crandall just had nowhere to go. He gets up into him. He spins it to the inside, bounces off the inside wall, and Jean-Paul Arsenet hits the outside wall, and he goes over on his lid and then back onto his wheels. So, yeah, Jean-Paul Arsenet and Jeremy Crandall's night. doesn't take a turn for the good here with this caution here.
Yeah, if you go over the running order for the restart there.
Yeah, sure. So in first place, we have Scott Sanderson still pacing the field. In second, we've got Shane DeVolder. Third, we've got William Davis. Fourth is Judd Danielson. And rounding out the top five is Curtis Young. Sixth is Buzz Moore. William E. Moore is seventh. William Roberts Jr. is ninth. And Robert Fitzpatrick is ninth. And Scott Simley rounds out your top 10.
Yeah, fans, do want to remind you, we are coming up on lap 21, so you got just another lap or so to get your pick in. We do have quite a few different drivers who have been picked. Looks like somebody has picked Brian Heffron. Somebody's picked, Corey Heffron. I think that's his brother, father maybe even. We got some other drivers who have picked Curtis Young. Just a couple drivers have picked Scott Simley.
See Seth Foudy. And we're back to green, Robert, with Scott Sanderson getting another big jump on the field, but not as big as last time as Shane DeVolder looks to close in on him. And a hungry William Davis is right there lurking to take the spots from both of them.
Yes, sir. Working at third, or fourth, excuse me.
Yeah, and fourth is Judd Danielson, as he's been out here running laps in these dirts, getting used to these cars. I know he's fast and quick, and he's looking to be there at the end. But still Scott Sanderson out front, holding off the field with Shane DeVolder in second.
Yes, sir. We're at the halfway point of the race. A little bit past way halfway. Curtis Young is up to fifth. We go over some of these other drivers. Hopefully we'll get a green flag run here.
Yeah, we got
these guys are going. Sixth is Buzz Moore. Looks like seventh we do have William E. Moore. And what are you seeing in eighth and ninth there?
Yeah, we've got seventh and eighth have just switched hands, so we have got Robert Fitzpatrick moves up to seventh, and Scott Simley to eighth, Thomas Conheady in ninth, and then William E. Moore dropped back to 10th, so something must have happened there in that exchange. In 11th we have James Nunn, 12th we have Giovanni Monte, Ronald Klein 13th, Kyle Kamer 14th, William E. Moore 15th, and he's your last car on the lead lap.
Yes, I was just noticing we had Ivan Garcia come on the track and kind of came up right in front of a couple drivers. That's exactly what happened to William Moore. He lost 4, 5, 6 positions.
Yeah, we got the lead. The battle for the lead here is tightening up with Shane DeVolder closing in on Scott Sanderson. They've kind of broken away from the field, but their race together has definitely tightened up. It looks like Shane DeVolder is still running the bottom, but Scott Sanderson has moved up about a lane and a half off the top in 1 and 2. He's still kind of on the bottom in 3 and 4 as they make their way around the track, but it does appear that Shane DeVolder is definitely closing in on your leader.
Yes, and we do have William Davis in that third position. He's gaining a little bit, and right behind him, Judd Danielson is also gaining on William Davis just every single lap. Of course, these laps go by so fast. You got to make moves as soon as you can. In fifth position, Curtis Young is making the beeline on Judd Danielson. I'm not sure if he's going to be able to catch him and pass him, as we've got about 12 laps to go here.
Yeah, and up front, still, Scott Sanderson is doing all he can to hold off Shane DeVolder. As Shane is pretty much running right in his tire tracks. He's maybe like a half a car length lower up against the wall. We got a caution.
Yes, I'm going to pull up that caution real quick to replay. Looks like we had quite a few drivers involved there on the back. What did you happen to see?
Yeah, I'm looking here now to see if I can locate it. It looks like the 18. Yeah, it looks like the 18 here. I'm a little bit behind it. Let me get up to it.
Yeah, I've got the 78 spinning. He probably got hit though.
Yeah, it looks like the 78 of Donald Stewart. He kind of gets up in the wall and comes back down in front of Ivan Garcia, and man, he took quite a ride there in that car. He kind of just the worst spot you could come down the track, right in front of a bunch of cars that had nowhere to go. and a bunch of guys just pile into that. But definitely Donald Stewart takes the wild ride in that one.
Yeah, it looks like he hit that inside retaining wall at about 60 miles an hour. I sure hope he's okay.
Yeah,
that's probably going to finish him for the night, though.
Yeah, that'll probably put him out for the night. I'm not sure, Robert, if we have fast repairs in this race or not, but
Nope.
No fast repairs like all Domino's races. So yeah, that's definitely going to put an end to his night as we're getting ready to go back to green here. It appears the lights are out on the pace car, so he's going to be dipping off the track here. Scott Sanderson's going to get a big jump here with only a handful of laps left, and yep, he gets a good jump there on the green flag, and Shane DeVolder is right there, but it looks like William Davis is trying to pounce on second place and get to his inside, try to move him up a spot with Judd Danielson, Curtis Young, all racing hard behind him.
Yes, we definitely got Curtis Young on the inside, looks like. He's trying to make that move, clean pass here on Judd Danielson for that position. They are side by side as they go into the next corner. That's a battle for 4th and 5th position right in front of them. Looks like we have Will Davis. Excuse me, and Will Davis is catching up to him. Oh, they almost touched.
Yeah, they almost touched there. This is what I'm talking about. It's so hard to see. These guys are with the laps winding down, they're just barreling into the corner trying to make passes, and they're doing a great job of staying off of each other. This is some really good racing up here, and the caution's out.
Yes, and they were just making some headway, and looks like we're going to get this replay pulled up real quick. What did you see happen? Looks like the 89 was involved there.
Yeah, it looks like the 89, he coming into 3 and 4, it looks like the car on his inside kind of washed up the track a little bit and right into Giovanni Bramante and sends him to the outside wall, and he goes for a wild ride as well. Again, these something I've been preaching. When you dive down in under somebody, you just kind of have to trust that they're going to give you that spot or give you the room at least to get through the corner. And as he slid up, he probably didn't see Giovanni on his outside, and both of them went up into the wall.
Yeah, it looks like we're going to have to get that figured out real quick, and hopefully we'll get a restart here. We do have Scott Sanderson leading. Second, we have Shane DeVolder.
Yeah, and third we have Will Davis, and fourth Curtis Young, and rounding out your top 5 is Judd Danielson. It looks like the lights on the pace car may be out.
Looks like we're going to have a one-lap shootout, Gary. This is going to be exciting.
Oh yeah, this is going to be crazy.
Yes, sir, guys. This is what you came to see. The race has gone by fast, even with the cautions, but this last lap is going to be crazy.
The pace car's getting ready to duck off. Scott Sanderson's been getting good jumps all night, but Shane's going to look to try to get an even better jump here on the restart with Will Davis. He's been trying to catch these guys, but to no luck. But maybe these guys will get racing hard, and he'll be able to capitalize on that.
Yeah, it looks like the race is going to be over here, and the win is going to go the first inaugural DOMINOSTYJ Racing Renegade Dirt Showdown to Scott Sanderson. If you'll go down the rest of the order there, Gary, I'll get these top 3 in for a replay.
Sure. So, with this race finishing under caution, we're going to Scott Sanderson in first place. Shane DeVolder is going to finish second, and rounding out your top 3s with a good run is William Davis. Curtis Young's going to finish 4th. Judd Danielson 5th. Buzz Moore is going to finish 6th. Robert Fitzpatrick 7th. Scott Simley in 8th. Ray Richer in 9th. Thomas Conheady in 10th to round out your top 10. In 11th, we've got Ronald Klein. William E. Moore is going to finish 12th. James Nunn in 13th. Kyle Kamer in 14th, your last car in the lead lap. Now getting into your cars that are 1 lap down or more, we have Seth Foudy in 15th. Giovanni Bramante in 16th. Vernon Markheim is going to finish 17th. Ivan Garcia 18th. Donald Stewart is going to come home in 19th. And rounding out your top 20 is William Roberts Jr. Jeremy Crandall is going to finish 21st. Jean-Paul Arsenault is going to finish 22nd. Russ Coe in 23rd. Paul Krumray in 24th. Brian Coots in 25th. Corey Heffron in 26th. And finishing out the field in 27th is Ricky Lake.
All right, Gary, thank you for going over that. I'm going to go ahead and bring up our third place finisher, let you do a quick interview with him. Just a second.
That sounds good.
All right, Gary, here's Will Davis.
Will Davis, what a solid run finishing third tonight. We saw you having a little bit of a hard time closing in on those guys in front. They're pretty fast, but what were you doing to try to close in on them and improve from your really solid third place finish?
Yeah, I got some damage early on in the race. I think that really hindered my racing, so I was really just happy. I'm really happy with the third because my car was pretty beat up. I know Judd mentioned I had some pretty bad front wing damage. So for a third place, I'll take it all day. I wish I could have got up there with those guys, but I really don't think I had anything for them with all the damage I had.
Yeah, I saw that you were trying everything you could, switching up lanes, but it looks like the bottom was the quick way around here tonight. Would you agree? And if you didn't have the damage, you think you could have caught him?
I'm not saying I could have. Yeah, I mean, I probably could have stayed with him. It's hard to pass here, and Scott ran obviously a pretty damn good race. So I don't know if I would have passed him, but I'll at least hopefully been there with him. But the damage really, like I said, hindered me. And the bottom is definitely fast. The track was just starting to slick off. It was just getting really racy, so it definitely would have been a lot of fun.
Yeah, as I'm looking here, I can see the damage on your front wing there, and that really good-looking Owens Well service, number 23, the Beast. Anyone you want to thank tonight for this great performance?
Thank my team from CCR Racing. We had a good week, in the pavement side, and this week's been a lot of fun. My sponsors, Owens Well Service, Dress Casual Productions. I want to thank my wife, my uncle for watching right now, and just y'all for putting on this great show.
Yeah, thank you, Will, and Will Davis having a really good week with a win on Thursday in the Xfinity Series, and now a top 3 in the inaugural Dirt Renegade Series race here at Eldora. I think Robert's here with your second place driver.
Yeah, these drivers are trying to get all the mud and the dirt out of their helmets, and they're trying to get it unbuckled from these 700 horsepower vehicles.
Yeah, it's a lot to get out of them. They're pretty tight and cramped, so there's a lot. You got to take off all your belts, and it's taking a little bit of time here for Shane to get in here, but he should be here soon for his interview.
Sorry about that, fans. It just took me a second to get he had to get everything unbuckled, all the wires done out of his helmet. Shane DeVolder, am I saying your last name correctly? Congratulations on a second place finish.
Thank you, and yeah, you are saying it correctly. Yeah, it was a good race. Track never really slicked off. It stayed fast. There were multiple grooves to run, but it was pretty even between me and the leader, and we couldn't get a huge green flag run in to maybe challenge each other, but it was a pretty good race.
Yes, sir, Shane. Hopefully the next race you will be able to get more green flag laps in. Of course, a lot of these drivers are new to dirt over the last few weeks. Some of you guys have got a lot of real-world racing dirt experience. How about yourself? Do you have real-world racing dirt experience, or did you just take to this on iRacing real fast?
Yes, sir. I drive a sport mod in real life on dirt.
Yes, sir. How many years you been doing that, Shane?
In my second year right now.
Excellent, excellent. Well, that obviously is going to give you some advantage over guys like myself. Obviously, I've not done any kind of dirt racing Don't even know how to get one of these cars around this track very well, to be honest with you. But hey, you had a great race tonight. I definitely think you're going to be a threat for everyone else in the Domino's TYJ Racing Renegade Dirt Series as these first 10 races go by. One is in the books now. We got 9 more at 3 different tracks. We've got, I think, Volusia next week. Week after that, Williams Grove, and we've decided to go ahead and run at USA, so it's going to be very exciting. Who would you like to thank for tonight?
I'd like to thank Victory Circle Racing Chassis. That's pretty much it.
All right, Shane. Well, we appreciate it. We definitely look forward to talking to you more in Victory Circle coming up here in the next few weeks, and you have a great week.
You too. Thank you.
Thank you, Shane. And now Gary has caught up with Scott Sanderson in Victory Circle. Go ahead, Gary.
Yeah, Scott Sanderson led from start to finish. Tell me about your race tonight and what you did to stay out front and keep those guys behind you, because, man, you were fast. And I need to know, because when I get out there to race some dirt during the week, I want to know what the secrets are.
Secret is qualify first. It's, as you saw with Shane, it's so hard to pass, especially with the short runs. It's just you can't do it. It's hard to do.
Yeah, still very impressive to lead every lap, not make a mistake, not running that low line. I see a lot of guys they'll bounce their nose off the wall, and I think you are downplaying the amount of skill it took for you to keep those cars behind you, because there was a lot of passing going on behind you, but yeah, it was an awesome race tonight. And tell me a little more about how the car was driving and how it was handling, and where was the fast line tonight?
On the short runs, especially here at Eldora, you want to be right along that inside wall. And when I was qualifying for the B main to see if I was going to have to run it or not, I actually tagged the inside wall. And after that, kind of a little cautious on how far I was getting down there. And in the first about 50 laps in a run, you want to be on the low line, especially if there's a lot of cautions like what we had. But if it's all green flag, usually you want to see the line start forming around lap 20 or so, in my opinion, and then you'll go up right against the wall, and then it gets interesting trying to pass with all the slide jobs and whatnot.
Yeah, copy that. Fortunately, you didn't really have a chance to experience someone trying to put a slide job on you with an epic performance tonight in the inaugural Dirt Renegade Series race here at Eldora. Is there anyone you want to thank for this awesome performance tonight?
First off, you guys up in the booth there at All Pro, and admins Robert and Judd, they do a good job not only in the Dirt League that we just started here, but also the asphalt side of it. So they do a good job, and the veterans, for those of you that know me from the asphalt side, I run veteran-based paint schemes on everything. Just these cars are so new, and the template is extremely difficult to understand for me. So haven't had quite the time to design one LP yet, but there will be one hopefully soon. So hats off to all the veterans and officers and firefighters that keep us safe and allow us to have a little fun here online.
Yeah, we appreciate it, Scott Sanderson, and all your tributes to the veterans and the frontline police officers out there. Really means a lot to everyone and to them, and we look forward to when you have a nice paint scheme done up for that. And congratulations on that awesome performance tonight.
Thanks, Gary.
Yes, sir, Scott. Congratulations. We'll definitely be talking to you here in the next week or so, and you have a great week.
Thanks, Robert. You too.
Thank you, Scott. Well, Gary, what are your takeaways from tonight's race? It went by faster than I thought, but it was definitely exciting.
Oh, man, was it ever. I'm breaking out into a sweat here in the booth, and I didn't even run these cars. I know what it takes to get around the track, and just seeing that close racing, yeah, it was a really good first go at this. I look forward to this going forward. I think we'll get a lot of valuable feedback from the drivers on what went well and how to make it better. I don't think really anything went wrong, and Man, it was exciting. The track, over that 45 lap run changed quite a bit. Looking at it now, you got a good cushion along the top, so guys were up there. But like Scott said, the bottom is the way to go. I look forward to seeing these guys trying to figure out more creative ways to get by guys going forward. As this series goes, these guys are going to work really hard to try to make passes a little bit easier, or like I said, a little more creatively. Right now, that's the challenge presenting these guys. It's fast and hard to pass.
Yes, sir. I tell you what, I think everybody learned something from tonight. It was a fast race. We do have our first pizza winner from our Renegade Dirt Series. It's Teresa Summers from Indianapolis, Indiana. Congratulations to her. Again, we do want to thank Michael D'Amico with All Pro Broadcasting. This was the All Pro Broadcasting TYJ Renegade Dirt Showdown at Eldora. All Pro Broadcasting, the best broadcasting in sim racing. For Gary Sexton, Michael D'Amico, myself, Robert McFarland, thank you, fans. We'll definitely talk to you soon. Have a great week, and stay tuned for our truck race coming up this Wednesday. It's going to be a special event. You do not want to miss it. It's going to be 5 flags. It's going to be a very exciting race. It's a short track with a lot of history, and we're looking forward to broadcasting that one and bringing you another free pizza. Fans, you have a great week. We'll talk to you Wednesday night.